for your students. But I cannot resist the temptation to reminisce occasion. Your Excellencies, distinguished students, and fellow past and present leaders of Students' Union, our Royal Father, thank you very much. May God bless this occasion.
Official gathering. You are welcome. There are several protocols, but permit me to stop here and acknowledge all those who are present, including my Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Nair Sada. While proclaiming peace unto all by saying Assalamu alaikum, I welcome specifically our esteemed guest in the caliber of air statesmen who secured the time and dissipated their energies to be here with us. I also, in a highly regarded capacity, salute the past student union leaders of Ahmad Bello University who have been with us since yesterday for the purpose of this grand novel initiative of the Ahmad Bello University Student Executive Council. It is indeed a great homecoming. And all great Abusite, I greet you all. Great Abusites. This moment indeed unique in the history of student unionism in Ahmad Bello University, not because there were never violent regimes of student activism, and not because there was never a spectacular outing by first leadership of the union. There were indeed all terms of unity. What is different, of course, is the relied warm convergence of all of the past leaders. What is, of course, the revived fraternity that links up the old and new young union's leaders, and what is unprecedented is the progressive, collaborative, and therefore exemplary posture of unionism which the current Representative Council demonstrates in its relationship with the past comrades and the current university management, a wonderful thought that culminated in this wonderful homecoming. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to specifically congratulate Comrade Abubakar Lapindai and his team for spearheading this beautiful idea. As you must have seen in the invitation and all program, we shall soon witness presentation of the book titled 50 Years of Student Unionism Leadership in ABU Zaria. Student unions, but also the other in-house unions of the university, as a catalyst for positive development. This friendly disposition, ladies and gentlemen, has successfully led ABU to achieve an inviolable and novel breakthrough in institutionalizing a sound framework that eases tension and fracas in campus student politics. And this is what the ABU SRC, host of this activity, symbolizes. We therefore are proud of being close to our students, guiding them and guiding them. They are a trust we pledge to uphold on behalf of their parents and the government that employ us to do so. Student centrism is the global trend in university management. At the first Association of Commonwealth University annual meeting in Windhoek, Namibia in 2012, They refer to the universities we graduated from. Alma mater means bountiful mother. So we expect all our alumni to treat ABU as a bountiful mother, and in return, we shall make the university to be a home where you will be given the best treatment, even if you grumble the most. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome to this historic homecoming. To us all, we have the project. They will thank you. We were there before, we went there, and we were there, and we are now here, and next we don't know how we are going. And we have approached. And finally, 10 months address our finally, once more, I would like to thank all of you.
He was an integral part of the school. Please take it for him. Thank you very much, sir. You are most welcome, sir. The committee of ABU Hospital, Professor Abdullah. We're going to introduce them in no particular order. Please stand up for recognition. Without jumping the gun, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to introduce Barry. Next on the list is Dr. John Ambulani. This is the best Maradona I ever have. What's up on the list? Sorry, I have this of blessed memory. Musa Zaid Abubakar Magani. Also on the list we have Honorable Adamu Maina Waziri. He's here. Also on the list, I wanted to say Amin, Ambassador Isa Muhammad Agru to represent, and also he's here.
The university has been, and I still see it as one of those universities that have not used its resources in form of getting the students to come back, to remember and to help and to continue building. His Eminence has asked me to make two important points, and I'll make one of my own. The first point he wants me to make is about what people have been talking about: students belonging to fraternities, students belonging to sororities, otherwise now referred to, everybody knows it as cultism. He asked me to remind you students that belonging to these sororities and fraternities, which turn into cultism, should be avoided at all costs. If you want to be a popular student, you don't have to do anything bad. You can do so by studying very well, associating with good people and participating in sports, in other club activities, but not what will, in the long run, cause damage or the death of any of the student or staff. So he's asked me to specifically mention this publicly, that we as leaders, we abhor this issue of cultism, and that it should be avoided. It should be shunned by all students in the best interest of this country. And I hope that our students will take this and keep on using it. The second point that he has asked me to speak to you, students particularly, is that we have just resumed after 6 months of waiting and sitting down doing nothing at home. He has asked me to remind you that while that was going on, he has told you when you visited him in Sokoto that you are also stakeholders in education. Sitting and watching and waiting is not what you ought to do. You are part and parcel of the education project. Just as your parents, the government, and the staff of the universities are stakeholders, you are also stakeholders. So you should not just see any crisis within the university as only between government and the Association of Teachers, but as also a crisis which is also yours, which you should also help in seeing it is resolved. So he has asked me to please ask you to continue seeing yourself as stakeholders and to ask ASU and Nigerian government to remember that education is vital, is extremely important, is the foundation for any development in anywhere in the world. We should not play politics with it. We should not ask for things that cannot be given. We should not deny what should be given. The problem of education funding and other things is something that has been left unattended for over 30 years. Nobody as a government can do so within 2 years to correct that. At the same time, you should not ask somebody to correct something that has been damaged for over 30 years within a very short time. So both government and ASU have a case, but our case should be for Nigerian students, Nigerian parents to get their children to be educated properly. Because of the piecemeal attitude or approach to education, as you can see, Polytechnics Association of Teachers are also on strike or are asking for something. Colleges of education are also doing the same thing. Why? Because education has not been given its proper place in the development of this country. And we must ask government to please look at this, because we cannot continue. Our polytechnic students are now going to wait. Our colleges of education are going to wait until it is resolved. Can you resolve, can government sincerely resolve the request of polytechnics and colleges of education? Something should be done, and we believe that government, the students, the parents, and the Association of Teachers of these institutions must come together and salvage the situation. Listen, if we all sit down and don't help whatever we can. I am a special student, or I was a special student of Ahmadu University, because I started from Abdullahi Bayero College, which is now Bayero University. And after to grow, not just growing for nothing, but grow bigger and bigger in a positive manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Chairman ASU AP chapter, please can we clap for him. And former Senate President Nance, please can we clap for him. Also we have Comrade Jude Imagwe, former Vice President Nance. Also we have Comrade Onalua, former Senate President Nance. They are all outside. Also have Amitos, a lawyer, Barrister Gabeshew, and
want to, as His Royal Highness just said, they are dealing with unionism, but unionism in relation to other possible organizations of students, fraternities. Now, unionism, student unionism specifically deals with activities of students which are recognized by the law and which are done within certain laid-down procedure. And they are entrenched specifically to provide students with the opportunity to actively participate in the management of the universities, in the running of student lives, to assist students to manage their lives. Now, they are important because of one major character of the university. We are dealing with universities in residence, universities in which students live on campus. Sometimes some of them even with their own families. So it is a replication of the whole, and the student union is supposed to assist students in carrying out the dual function of learning and character building. And if you look at the Nigerian situation, I'm going to be very brief so that I'll focus on what the challenges are. You can delineate in very broad terms 3 phases in the development of student unionism. Starting with the era of nationalism from the 1940s, about 1945 specifically. They are today's strange bedfellows. Now, the second phase came in what the chairman has said, the era of vanguardism, the 1960s, and I want to say that that specific period was also characterized by 2 things. Student vanguardism will remain a vital ideological tool of student movements, and I hope students will continue to use it to defend what is correct, to champion causes that are right, and to look for ways of safeguarding interests of the system as a whole. Now, that is not a negotiable foundation, dimension of student unionism. But that is not where I want to focus, because I think the idea there is clear. I want to focus on the current situation. From the 1990s, several changes have taken place in Nigeria and in the world that have redefined the context in which we learn. The first is the reversal of the notion of a welfare state, a state that takes the full responsibility for the well-being of its citizens through the provision of social services and so on. And the emergence of what is now today is now clearly known as corporate state.